It's week 17, championship week. Things are getting crazy. Injuries left and right. A lot of lineups are getting decimated. A lot of people are changing their league rules for next year right now on the spot. Playoffs run, trade deadlines, everything else. A lot of people freaking out right now. An injury that occurred, a sickness that happened earlier today. Tony Pollard isn't leaving with the team, isn't traveling due to illness. And Tyjae Spears is the next man up. He has a lot of upside in this matchup. We're going to deep dive Tyjae Spears right now, see whether or not you need him or need to start him, need to bench him, need to stash him, whatever you need to do right now. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. When injuries happen, we look at the depth charts, we look at the trending players, we deep dive them, look at advanced analytics, see whether or not you need that player. We'll do that every day next year. We did it every day this year. We're going to do it forever and ever and ever. You need to click that subscribe button right now. Stop missing out so you're ahead of the game for next year. But we're looking at Tony Pollard's status. Has the flu, jeopardizing his status for Sunday at Jacksonville per source. He is not expected to travel. So maybe I lied in the beginning. He's not expected to travel. What that tells me, he's contagious, and they need to be able to suit up a team for next week. The flu can go around, and that can impact a lot of people. The flu's pretty rough. He's already dealing with an ankle injury. I don't think the Titans are ready to win a Super Bowl right now. I don't think it's Super Bowl run right now. So it's okay that he doesn't roll with the team right now and he just gets better. That's okay, but we're looking at Tyjae Spears. He's been running hot. He should be rostered. He should not be sitting on waivers right now. I've been telling you every week to pick him up. And on top of that, I've been telling you to get your insurance policies in place before the playoffs started. And I'm probably the only person that said that every single day on video. To make sure your insurance policies, your backups, you're in line, you're ready and good to go so you don't have to fight off the waiver wire in the fantasy championships, in the playoffs, wherever you're at right now. Because the injuries, middle of the season, were pretty low. Because we had to talk about the handcuff running backs every day off the waiver wire. There were many running backs to pick up, and we knew things were going to expedite somewhere down the line. Fantasy playoffs made a lot of sense with it being the end of the season. It's ramping up right now. Tyjae Spears should be picked up. He should be rostered. You should not be watching this video and deciding whether or not to pick him up. Just pick him up right now. Even if you don't need him, just pick him up so he can't be used against you. He can be productive. He has proven to be productive. He was productive as a rookie with multiple good weeks, even with Derrick Henry there. And then these last few weeks with Tony Pollard on the mend, has been productive, getting touchdowns, sometimes late in the game, but it's still happening. It's still getting done. Tyjae Spears getting that work, and we're looking at his work in the passing game. I just want to show you the targets. He's good at catching the ball in the backfield. The team knows this. He gets work out of the backfield. He gets heavily targeted. 2 games ago, he got 7 targets. Last year, with Derrick Henry siphoning a lot of workload and snaps, he was getting a lot of targets out of the backfield. He's very good at catching the ball in the backfield, so if you're in PPR, Tyjae Spears is a good look. Looking at what he did at Tulane that last season, 2022, 1,500 yards, 19 touchdowns, over 4 yards after contact per attempt every year, 4.54 on his career. This is a very solid running back prospect that can make you miss in the open field. He's got very good vision. He's got good wiggle. He's got a good move set. He's got good change of direction skills. We all knew this. He fell in the draft a little bit to the 3rd round. Multiple reasons why. It was a deep running back class. It was deep from top to bottom, all the way through. Some running backs fell. He also had a degenerative knee issue that caused him to fall a little bit. If he didn't have that, he probably got scooped up a little bit sooner. He probably would have, because the tape doesn't lie. When you look at him back at Tulane, he's not the biggest running back, but he's good at catching the ball in the backfield, runs bigger than his size, and has very good vision. Very good vision. You can tell things slow down for him. He's good in the open field, and he would run laps around a lot of these running backs in the 2024 draft class. He would be one of the top guys in this class. That being said, you're looking at Tyjae Spears as a running back with a lot of upside going into this matchup. 217 yards on the season, 3.4 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns, almost matching Tony Pollard. A lot of those in the last 2 weeks. Hats off to Tony Pollard, though. He's been running high. He's been looking good this season. Taking over. He's very explosive. But you look at this matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the second worst team in the National Football League when it comes to allowing fantasy points to running backs. They only shut down one backfield, mainly due to Deshaun Watson in week 2. We were making fun of Deshaun Watson every week back then, mainly due to that. But they're close to breaking every week. They do bend every week, but they break a lot. This is a team that allows a lot of fantasy points to running backs. Amir Dula did well. Breece Hall, Tony Pollard did well, 14.4, and that's just a few weeks ago. Joe Mixon, Dan Montgomery, Aaron Jones, Saquon went off. Josh Jacobs, JaMychal Hasty did something against him. Look at that. Trey Sermon went off against him. Darren Abuwale went off against him. Look at those names. Look at those names. And you're worried about Tyjae Spears? Tyjae Spears over Raheem Blackshear, easy. Tyjae Spears over Mike Boone, easy. I've gotten those comments. I'll put that on wax right now. I mean, just look at what I just said. Look at what you just saw with these numbers in this game, this matchup. We do have a 39 over-under. This matchup could be too slow to where you may not get that big of a drastic impact from him. That is the poison here that could hit us. That is it. However, these matchups, Titans, Jaguars, a lot of these matchups with the Jaguars, I'll have that baked in mostly, and they're still allowing fantasy points to running backs. I'm not too worried about it, but when I do these videos, I give you all the sides and everything I can possibly see so you can make your decision on what you need for your fantasy team, because you may not like something I said, even though I just said it and I just dropped it in there because I'm just dropping as many nuggets as possible and just shooting you straight up. On the season, they're allowing 27.5 PPR fantasy points per game to running backs. 22.1% above league average. Second worst in the league behind the Carolina Panthers. There's a lot of upside in this matchup. You don't need them. You're good at running back. You're probably going to win your league if you can say that. You're probably going to win your league if you can say that easily. However, you need him. You need touches. You like the matchup. You like his work. You like what he's been doing these last few weeks. You like the upside. You like him as a prospect. You know what? You're good to roll with it. I do like the matchup. I think the only way this bites you in the face is if this matchup rolls over badly, which it can. We look at these two teams. We look at what Vegas is saying. There is a chance for that to happen, for it to slow down. There's a chance for that to happen with a lot of games this week. We have a lot of matchups this week with over-unders at 40 or below. And that's because of injuries and things are happening. It's a weird week. Week 17 is weird. It's supposed to be what week 18 is supposed to look like. And you know what? You just got to drop your nuts on the table and make something happen. And that's just how it is. But you're looking at the matchup here. It's pretty advantageous. Odds are looking good. He's good with his touches. He's good in the passing game. He's been getting touchdowns. He might get vultured. That could possibly happen. However, the matchup's been looking good. They like him. They have to use him up because he has that degenerative knee issue that they discovered during the draft process. That being said, look for him to get the workload. Look for him to get the opportunity. This is a good matchup for him to hit. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.